Houses, factories, docks, shipbuilding and whaling. Commerce drives everything. Ships bring in raw materials, while others take out finished products. Trains and ships come and go filled with goods and people. In the narrow lines and grand streets of the historic town centre, merchants, dockers, sailors and mill workers hurry past each other. Along the burns that run through the city, huge mills produce textiles and rope using jute from India, flax from the Baltic, and whalebone from the oceans. Look around this city, and you can already see how human progress is changing the planet. Industrialization is bringing with atmospheric pollution, carbon emissions, and unsustainable use of natural resources. But Dundee also symbolizes another, more positive side to human progress. Moored in the tale is the Discovery, a ship built for exploration, adventure, and the pursuit of knowledge. Dundee has long been a prosperous seaport, and commerce is in its blood. The grand buildings and public spaces of the old town centre are proof of that. Now, the mills are creating a growing sense of civic pride, and, for some Dundonians at least, new wealth. On Dundee's busy high streets, time is precious. Shops and stalls sell their wares, city merchants do deals, Dundonians jump the trams in and out of town. In the 80 years leading up to 1901, Dundee's population had grown by 500%. This influx of workers was needed to run the giant flax and jute mills. Most mill workers live in overcrowded tenements, either close to the mills or in the old, neglected buildings of the city centre. Over 2/3 of the mill workers are women, but their lower wages, long hours, and poor living conditions mean hardship for them and their families. Dundee's Dock Street is a truly Victorian transport hub, a testament to the age of steam. Shunting trains push goods to and from the docks. 3 railway stations connect the city to the rest of Scotland and beyond. Dundee East, Taybridge, and at the far end of Dock Street, the imposing Dundee West Station, also known as the Caledonian Railway Station. Dundee West is in direct competition with its neighbour, Taybridge Station, for a share of Dundee's daily commuters. Dundee's shipbuilding industry is famous around the world, and dozens of ships, from steamers to whalers, are built and launched here each year. The docks stretch far along the waterfront. The warehouses, railways and sidings have all been constructed on reclaimed land, with enough space to berth Dundee's own whaling and herring fleets, plus hundreds of cargo ships. Down on the waterfront, taking pride of place, is the Royal Arch, built for Queen Victoria's visit. Built in just 12 months, the Discovery is undergoing sea trials. Based on the great Dundee whaling ships, she's been designed for an epic voyage south. Soon, she'll be underway to the Antarctic for 3 years of research and exploration. Embarking on a less dangerous voyage is the beloved Fife. These ferries are vital for anyone who wants to cross the Tay, commuting jute barons, business folk, and city workers on a day trip to Fife. Dundee in 1901 was crowded, polluted, and insanitary, but it was also dynamic, entrepreneurial, and for some, very profitable. This was a city whose ships sailed the globe and whose factories supplied the world. As we leave this city scene behind and return to our own time, we realise how Dundee has changed. The old industries are gone and new ones have taken their place. The The city has grown, the skyline has changed. The same energy, curiosity, and optimism that first put Dundee on the map is still here. Always forward-looking and progressive, Dundee's natural resources today are knowledge, ideas, and imagination. Back in 1901, it was those same qualities that built the Discovery and sent it to the Antarctic. Today, they could be the key to safeguarding our beautiful, precious land.
Now the blinds are coming up after that. It's finished, the video, and we're going to see a panorama of the whole of Dundee. So hopefully I'll be able to film that for you. It's a really nice day today, a little bit chilly. We've been here for about 2 days, and it's the first time for my visit to Dundee, and it's the eve of my 80th birthday. So look over there, at the top there you'll see the brick version of a ship. It looks like a ship. It's the VA Museum, Victoria and Albert Museum. Its parent VA is in London. Been made to look like a ship. And down below you can see the original Royal Service vessel, or the Royal Survey vessel, which was given a royal title, and that was launched in 1901. We're going to go around that in a moment, but you'll see some good views. Now we'll do a panorama of the whole of Dundee. Over there you can see the Tay Bridge, spanning the Tay. We're quite high up here. Another bridge spanning the Tay. Don't forget, please, it does help the channel if you like and subscribe. If you tick on the bell symbol and like it. Doesn't cost you anything to do that. Now you can see Dundee as it is today.
This is Dundee.
Straight across you'll see the railway station down there. Moving on. A few kirks in the distance. Coming all the way around, and we've done a full 360 degrees. Now what we're going to do is go down to the ship.
Here's Scotland, Australia, Antarctica at the bottom.
This is a little information about Dundee in 1901 when the Discovery was first launched. So if you'd like to take that on board, it gives you all you need to know at Dundee in 1901. Right, we're in the area where the Discovery details are and the start of the show. On the left you'll see the ship as it was in 1901, and 100 years later the new ship as it was built, and you'll see all the details relative to the two pictures. Okay, moving on. These are some of the exhibits that you'll see in here. It's well worth a visit to come up here and see this wonderful exhibition. And there's a survey vessel, model of a survey vessel. Some really great stuff, and generally details about the scientists, as you'll see, the scientists in 100 years ago and the ones today. So let's go and see the ship. So our venture begins.
It is to Dundee and the Dundee Shipbuilders Company who the explorers come. They must design a ship of unique character, with the most advanced technology of any exploration vessel. We place hope in these builders to create not only a vessel for travel, but to create a home as well. Will our ideas work? Will she support us on this mission? Stoker Thomas Woodfield was a commanding presence. Would he feel the call? James Duncan, local to Dundee.
Just going through on the general exhibits. There is a model of the 1901. This is SS Active.
It was built in 1852.
Very similar to the Discovery. There's Dundee and the sea. I'll leave it there a little bit longer so you can read it. All about shipbuilding. You really should come here to see this. This was how the hull was formed. You see the salt in this position here. Salt was put in there, and if they had any leaks in the boat or any dampness, it would be absorbed by the salt and protect the wood and the hull. You see the strength of the boat, how it was constructed. And moving on. The stern. This is how the boat was built, and this is to scale. This is some of the reenactments of the men and the equipment that they would have been encountering in those -30 and -40 degrees. Well, I hope you enjoyed that brief tour of the inside exhibits. As I say, you should come here to spend. You could spend a good couple of 3 hours viewing everything. What I propose to do now is to take you onto the boat, which is the original boat of 1901. They are working on it, so please excuse some of the inconveniences, but it is being restored. And let's see what you think going forward. Just to give you an update, this is the phases they're going through. The timber yard, as you can see, is all the details there. Replacing the timbers in the stern because of the water damage from the leaking deck above meant that the stern timbers, as you can see, have rotted and weakened. And then you can see also that she was constructed over 120 years ago, and climate change has had a big effect on her condition. Okay, let's go to the ship. Okay, here we are with the ship. Well, I'm on the gangplank going forward, and you will see some of the externals of the ship below the gunnels, as they say, and up the ratlines. And the masts, those two masts have been replaced recently, and I'll go into that in a moment. Going aft, sorry, not aft, going, yes, going aft. You'll see there's work there, scaffolding. Okay, moving on. We now entrance to the lower decks, so we will try to give you the flavour of the lower decks. As you can see down there, so I'll just stop you for a moment while I go down the stairs. Right, I'm down, everybody. So there you can see some of the equipment on board. This is where they would have stored a lot of the coal. It's really musty down here. You can smell the age. There's the engine. It's powered by a 450 horsepower triple expansion engine. The details are there. These door handles are original. It's really something. 40 plus men would have stayed on board here, and including this poor person whose job was keep the boilers going. And there's some more coal. Right, again I'm going to go down, so I'll give you a moment while I go down the steps. There you can see the ship hand stoking the boiler. And here you can see where the engines would have been. There's no engine here at the moment, but you can see where it would have been. It's probably been removed to be restored. But this is the engine room, and there you can see where the propeller would have been attached to the shaft from the engine. Imagine the sort of conditions these people would have been working in, minus 30, minus 40 in the Antarctic, where the ship would have been completely surrounded by ice, not being able to move until the ice had thawed out. Now we're going into the part of the hold. You can see they've replaced the floor there, and you still see the original size of the hull. Can you see the little holes going along the side? They would be the salt pockets where I showed you earlier. They put salt into the timber so that it would protect the wood when the moisture came. And again, there they are. You can now see the salt boxes there. Remember I told you that the masts had been changed? Well, there's the main mast, which has been changed. Fantastic. And moving on, going through, that's where their workshop would have been, the boatswain's store. Just to keep you informed, Shackleton and Scott were actually at some stage on this vessel and went to the Antarctic with the vessel to do their research as well. And this is where they kept a lot of the stores. Salt, very important, and all sorts of different dried fruit, spices, etc. Not to mention corn, beef, ship's biscuits, which was their staple diet. Okay, mind the step. Checking for headroom as well. Again, this has had some more work done on it. Ship's construction there. Ship stores. All manner of different items. This is the detail to show you that the remasting of the ship took place in the 24th of May 1993, and there's a second mast that was replaced. And then behind it you see further storage. These are called panting beams, as you can read there. Okay, let's now go upstairs. I'll keep the camera on so you can get a good view of what I'm doing. There's the salt boxes again, very close up now. You can actually see them. You can read what the salt boxes did. There you are. This is the galley. It's now under restoration at the moment, but this would have been the ship's galley. This is the bosun's room, all mod cons with wash water, and of course a toilet as a bowl. Now you can see the galley from this end. And this is the sick bay. There you can see the doctor and that poor unfortunate person lying in the cot. I hope you're enjoying the video. It really is very nice for me to be able to bring it to you. We're now amidships, as you probably know, and here are the normal cots for the crew. And this is not for the captain or the... So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, plus you would have hammocks slung across their mess table. This is where you would have the lab assistant, cadets, the cook. They would have their own quarters because they're key people. There's a trumpet where they can communicate with the deck. And there's some old clothes. Well, they're old clothes now, but to them, they'd be life-saving. Right, this is going towards the wardroom You have the person here, pharmacy, etc. And of course, not to mention the dark room where photographs will be taken for the research. Okay, this is the main wardroom, and as you will see, the officers' billets are behind. They have their own bunks. Ernest Shackleton was here, and George Mullock, and these are the people that went away on the first sailing. This is further bunks belonging to the crew. The names are on there. This is Captain Robert Falcon Scott, who was the leader of the expedition, and now you can see his quarters. Absolutely takes you back. And Hartley T. Ferrer, junior scientist. These are the bunks and the bedrooms of the other key people. There you can see this is where they would eat. It really does take you back, and it's all existing. And all these chairs were fixed to the floor and swiveled. Obviously they couldn't have them moving about in the sea. The bunks of those gentlemen. Thomas Hodgson. So quite emotional to see this. Those men would have been there over 120 years ago and no longer with us. But I'm sure their spirit is still here.